Now, for most of us, a run around the park is more than enough, isn't it? But not for our next guest. Nope, Daniel Jones from Chesterfield has just returned from a 100-mile race on a frozen lake in temperatures as low as -25. Why would you?
Just 33 people were crazy enough to take part in the Mongol 100. Daniel's dad, Mark, was his support team, and both of them join us now.
Daniel, what on earth possessed you to do that?
Well, it was about 10 months ago. I was on social media and I wanted to do something to raise money for charity, children in need. So I was looking, searching the internet, and this event cropped up, and it kind of just grabbed me, and I thought, I've got to do it. I've got to sign up to it, and it's stemmed from that, really.
Would be my first thought.
The race itself, tell us about it.
Well, it's on Lake Kovsgol in Outer Mongolia, just below the border of Serbia. Siberia. And it's 100 miles from north to south across the lake, and it's a multi-stage ultramarathon, so it's over 4 days. So we spent 4 days on the ice.
But, I mean, the scenery looks incredible, but the conditions, Dad, they must have been horrendous. I know you were in the support van, probably keeping warm.
Yeah. Well, we set support vehicles up, or checkpoints every 10 kilometres, just so when they came in, we would make sure that they're fit and healthy and warm and well. But the temperatures did get cold. I mean, we had the kit to keep us warm, but you know, the outside temperature could be -17, but when the wind came through, then it would seriously drop to a lot lower than that.
Now, if you're about to have your tea, I'm just going to warn you, because I'm going to ask you now about your injury. What happened and how did you rectify the problem?
Right, it was on day 4, so roughly about 18 miles to go. And I'd picked up an injury in my left knee after day 1, so I was keeping that in mind. And with about roughly 8 miles to go on the last day, I kind of stumbled over an ice block, and I felt a huge pain in my left knee, and I knew exactly what I'd done. I looked down and my knee, instead of facing the normal way, it was facing diagonally to the left. And at this point, the wind had picked up, and I think the temperature dropped to about -37. There was no one around, so it took me 20 minutes to pluck up the courage. 'Cause I'd stopped running at this point, and I started to get a bit cold.
Well, I hope so.
So I plucked up the courage. It took me 20 minutes, and I just had to twist it back into place. And then the last 8 or 9 miles, it was absolute torture.
You kept going, though. Good on you. You were talking earlier about how important the equipment was, but there was one guy who did it with none of that. He lost his luggage. I think we've got some pictures of him here.
Pete, his luggage never turned up. It got lost in Moscow. And we all chipped in to give him, you know, a bit of kit, but the guy took size 13 shoe, and he was a tall man, and nobody had that sort of, you know, size spare shoes to give him. So Pete ended up doing it in brogues, bless him.
Brogues and jeans, that
brogues
is endurance.
and jeans, yeah. But he did it. His intention was to say just to do a few kilometres, but in the end he did it
I
all.
think it's an incredible achievement, all of you. Well done.
Thank
and
you,
well done, Dad,
Well
in the support band.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now to a Yorkshire hairdressing dynasty.